Welcome to Trivia Viral. Our channel covers all the latest analysis and recaps on TV shows and movies, as well as interesting stories and facts that you may not have known. So sit back, relax, and subscribe to our channel if you have been enjoying our videos so far. A man in his 40s who has a mental disability because his intelligence is very low. Even so, he has a beautiful and intelligent 6-year-old daughter. The man, who works as a parking attendant, really loves his only daughter. Once upon a time, a tragic event occurred which put him in prison. The tragic event began when his daughter was very interested in a yellow bag with a picture of Sailor Moon in a shop. Because it wasn't payday yet, he and his daughter could only see the bag from behind the glass of the shop window. But how disappointed he and his daughter were because the Sailor Moon bag was bought by a girl and her parents. He was desperate to enter the store and ask not to buy the Sailor Moon bag. But unfortunately, the father of the child who bought the bag was a commissioner general of police who was arrogant and immediately beat him. This video is sponsored by QD. QD is Asia's largest platform for students, tutors, and coaches to find and book lessons online or offline, all from a single platform. Sign up at QD today. After his payday, the Commissioner General's daughter meets him and shows him another shop that also sells Sailor Moon bags. But this is where disaster started because on the way, the Commissioner General's daughter slipped and died. He was accused of killing the Commissioner General's daughter because the Commissioner General's daughter's forehead was injured, and beside his head there was a brick, so he was accused of hitting the Commissioner General's daughter's head with a brick, even though the brick fell by itself on her head when he fell. He was also accused of not only killing but also raping the Commissioner General's daughter. Because his intelligence was so low, he could not make statements that could defend himself. The Commissioner General threatened to kill his daughter if he did not comply with his orders. He is forced to obey the Commissioner General even though he is sentenced to death in court. To await the execution of the death penalty, he was imprisoned in cell number 7, which is a prison for dangerous convicts with very tight security. While he was imprisoned, his daughter was placed in an orphanage. In cell number 7, he was mixed with 5 other high-profile convicts. A gangster smuggler but illiterate who was the leader of the prisoners in cell number 7. As a result, he was beaten by 5 other inmates in cell number 7 and continued to be despised. At the religious event, a choral performance was held by the orphanage children, and coincidentally, his daughter was included in it. His friend succeeded in smuggling his daughter into cell number 7 by putting his daughter in a bread box. Suddenly, the priest at the religious event suddenly had a heart attack, so the orphanage children went home early, and it was estimated that they will return to prison in 2 days. And his 5 friends failed to return his daughter to the orphanage because he was late to deliver his daughter to the entourage. As a result, his daughter stayed longer in cell number 7, and it would be very dangerous if he was caught. The inmates tried desperately to keep the daughter from being found out by the prison guards. In the end, his daughter was found out by the wardens. As a result, his daughter was returned to the orphanage and he was moved to another cell, which was cramped and uncomfortable. Then the head of the prison also turned into his best friend. This was because he managed to save the head of the prison when a fire broke out in the prison. The head of the prison submitted a request for a retrial for him because there has not yet been found strong evidence that he had killed and raped. The head of the prison's struggle was successful because it was approved for a retrial for him. But all the hard work of the head of the prison and his friends was in vain because the Commissioner General of Police still did not want to let him go. As a result, he was still sentenced to death, and his execution will be held on December 23, right on his daughter's birthday. The time came for him to be executed on December 23. The atmosphere before the execution was touching between him and his daughter. Finally, he was executed. Several years later, his daughter grew up to be a beautiful girl and work as a lawyer. With his expertise as a lawyer, she tries to clear his late father's good name. Finally, a retrial was held, and she fought tooth and nail with the help of his father's 5 prison friends. The 5 friends of her father are no longer prisoners and have repented to become good people. With the help of her father's best friends and the head of the prison as witnesses, she finally won in court, and the judge ruled that her father was innocent. Finally, she was able to prove that even though his deceased father was not a murderer and child rapist. What are your thoughts about the story? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe if you would like to see more similar videos, and give us a thumbs up to get more recommendations of our videos. Be the first to watch the latest videos by clicking the bell icon. See you on the next video.